very little credit recognition that I think that deserves to be put out there. Some of you guys may remember a while back about the Jeep taking it in for inspection, and it's not passing inspection because of a couple things. Some people kind of wondered about that. I deleted, back then I was going to just basically stop uploading altogether, but I felt like I was letting the community down that I've been working on for like 5+ years by just simply walking away. I wasn't quitting forever. I was just gonna walk away and whatnot. But now I'm kind of, if I have spare time, I will post a video on this car channel because I'm working on my business. For those who are not familiar with the scenario, is I am my own boss. I wake up when I want, I go to bed when I want. But the thing that comes with that is if you want to remain your own boss, it's not as simple as waking up when you want and going to bed when you want. Yeah, I set my rules, I set my hours, but I would say I work probably 7+ more hours now than when I had a full-time job. So I work harder, even though I can choose how long I want to work, when I want to work, what time. I actually work way harder now. I'm my own worst boss. Because if you are your own boss, you have your own business, you can't slack, or else everybody that is not slacking is going to run past you and you're going to be left behind. But anyway, that's a whole nother video. So I was focusing on my business, which is product reviews, and I was just going to go 99.9% hard on that, and then everything else just kind of, give it a year, 2-3 year break. Now I'm going to basically do 95% on my business, and the 5% is going to be spread on my other channels when I have time. It's not going to be something where, oh, I have to post this week, or, oh, I got to get this done. No, I'm going to post when I have time on my car channel and my other channels as well. So I had made a video about that, and then I ended up removing both of those videos because it did upset some of my long-term followers when I said that I was going to walk away for a year or 2 or 3 with posting no content. So now I'm going to be posting content from time to time when I have time, but I'm not going to guilt myself into thinking, oh, I got to do this. I have to do this now. So anyway, on to the Jeep. So for those who don't remember, the Jeep's tires, so I bought the Jeep from a dealership that has nice stuff, and at the time they told me, oh, it would pass no problem. When I first had bought the Jeep, the turn signals weren't hooked up because, yeah, the turn signals on the front weren't hooked up, so they would just blink rapidly. So I replaced that with new turn signals when I got the Jeep, and the tires stuck out way past the fenders, and all this stuff. Also, oh, no problem, it'll pass next inspection and whatever. And it turns out that the headlights were not DOT approved headlights, or if they are, it didn't say it on them. The rear third brake light, the old style was when you press on the brake, it would flash rapidly, go off, and then flash and stay on, which we needed to replace with one that when you press the brake, it just comes right on and stays on. So that needed replaced. Brakes and rotors, I believe, needed replaced, and some way of making the tires legal, either dropping size or going some other route. So what the garage, and I want to give kudos to the garage for the patience, because they had it over a month. The Jeep was sitting there for over a month, and that's because we ended up going with bigger rear fender flares, 6.5 inches at the top fender flares to cover the tires, and that was delayed. That was supposed to be shipped from the website like April 14th. It was supposed to be shipped and delivered by like the 16th or something. Well, that was pushed and delayed until the end of April. So that pushed everything off. So when that came in, and there were just a couple things that needed modified. So thank you to the garage for the hard work that they have done and taking good care of everything. And so headlights were replaced, rear third light, rear third light was replaced. I need my coffee this morning. I'm sorry, guys. I was up for 22 hours the other day working, so I'm a little tired, and going on 5 hours of sleep. So yeah, brakes and rotors, I believe, were replaced. The fender flares were installed. The fuel lid that I had stuck out past the body, and it worked with the old fender flares, but the new fender flares, because they're bigger, hit, so that had to be cut a little bit. So that had to be cut out to fit, and I forget what else, if there's anything else, but very reasonable garage, very nice garage, great work, very happy with them, and they'll definitely get my business from here on out, and very much appreciative of that garage. But I would say the most appreciative thing that I am grateful of is something that I didn't expect, and that is my father went to the garage weeks before it was done and told the guy at the garage that he wants to pay for my bill when it's done. And of course, I had no idea of this. My mother didn't tell me. No, I have no idea of that. So yeah, he paid for my bill at the garage for having this stuff installed and the stuff. So that was very shocking, and I really appreciate that. You know, it's the small things in life that I think really add up and show someone's character versus, you know, yeah, obviously big things matter, but big, small, it doesn't matter. When someone does something out of the blue and then doesn't seek recognition for it, you know, a lot of people will be like, all right, son, I'm gonna pay for your bill, you know, I'm gonna pay for it, you know, and it not be a surprise or anything, and they just simply say that. Because, you know, a lot of people like recognition, you know, very few people actually plan something, keep it a secret, and then if it comes out, then it comes out. So thank you to my dad for all the things that he's done over the years. He's done too many things for me over the years. I mean, we probably have gone and looked at 50 different vehicles in my lifetime, and I remember driving so many hours just to look at a truck or something. I mean, we have gone, yeah, and so I'm very appreciative for my father. I could not have asked for a better mother or father. So I know a lot of people out there, you know, aren't blessed to have parents that are still together, or have parents that get along, or have parents that put their children higher than themselves. And definitely something that will never be forgotten. There's many things in the past that, yeah, and it's also a little different, because it's not like I couldn't have afforded the parts and stuff. So it's not like my dad thought to himself that, oh, you know, he can't afford this, or he can't afford to fix it. It's the idea that even though he knew I could afford it, he still did that. You know, those are the things that really show someone's character. You know, it's different if, let's say, you know, I couldn't afford it, you know, and I hinted at him, or I said to him, you know, this bill, I don't know if I can pay for this, but I guess we'll just see. Like, it's different if someone does that, you know. But when someone knows that you can pay for something, you can afford something, and they still do something out of the kindness of their heart, that shows a level that is beyond most people. Most people, they'll only help if they think or know you need help. And not just to bless you. So anyway, thank you very much, and it's just a good reason to be humbled and remember that stupid little things in life don't matter, as far as the things that we put on our mind and we worry about and whatnot. And all that matters is being nice and helping others when you know, not even when you see a need, but just out of the kindness of your heart to bless somebody. So thank you to my father for everything. I wouldn't be where I am today without my father. for many different reasons, for financial reasons, for just different reasons. I wouldn't be as far as I am in my business because, I mean, I don't want to make this too long. What are we at? Where's the time? 10 minutes. We can go a little longer. You know, with my business, I work really hard, harder than most people could ever know. Like, I'm pushing out content that other creators have teams that can't even do what I do. You know, I push out so many videos on Amazon that, you know, people have teams of 5 and they're not even touching how many I'm doing. You know, people aren't touching the hours I'm putting in, staying up till 3 a.m., you know, working late and all this stuff. The stuff that people just don't see. You know, people don't see all the stuff that I'm doing to try and get ahead, to try and better myself. And, you know, all of the things, you know, over the years, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing now. I wouldn't be able to work this hard because my father and I, we cleaned windows I did it for like 10, 12 years. And my father probably 13 to 15 years maybe. He had his own window cleaning business, and we got to the point where, you know, I got married and we were getting up at like 1 a.m., 1 to 3 a.m., working till 12 to 4 p.m., give or take, every day. And, you know, rain or shine, winter, summer. And, you know, we did that for many, many years. And when I got married, you know, I got to a point where I couldn't do it. Like I couldn't keep getting up so early and doing that. You know, I said, you know, I can't keep doing this. You know, there's got to be something else. There's got to be a better way. And basically, at that time, I was getting my parents into YouTube, getting them into other stuff, and I was really pushing that. And YouTube was just slow. I mean, they were making an income, but it really wasn't anything. And at that time, I'm like, look, go hard at that. Go hard on YouTube. Let's just cut back. And my father did. My father cut back, even though it was uncertain. Even though YouTube revenue and all this stuff was very uncertain. We cut back. And to, you know, maybe 4 to 6 hours a day. And not getting up as early. And then, you know, we took another leap of faith because... And without doing that, without my father saying, hey, look, okay, let's do that. My father could have said, no, we're going to work this, and if you don't like it, you can go find another job. But no, he cut back. And that allowed me to even do more YouTube stuff and look into other things. And then we got to the position, you know, right before COVID happened, we got to the position of, well, let's go ahead and, you know, why are we slaving like this? Let's just, you know, live the minimum, live cheap, just get by, and just, you know, not work as hard as we have been. And we took another leap of faith that we could push hard on YouTube and other stuff. And we got down to where we were working just a little bit. And that was before I started going full time of my thing. And then, you know, then we basically had one grocery store chain that we did, and we went hours in other states to do them, and that was all we did. And then we got to the point where the manager of the store or whatever pushed a little bit. We were looking for signs of if we should just walk away from window cleaning altogether and focus on, you know, social media and that kind of stuff. We were looking for a sign, and God presented the sign, and my dad said, all right, we're done. That's it. We're done. This is it. We're done. No more cleaning windows. We're done doing this. You know, trusting God. And when we did that, I was able to then put all my focus, because my parents were still paying me. So when we stopped cleaning windows, my parents, because of their heart, because of my dad's heart, were still paying me as an employee because I was helping my mom on YouTube and all that stuff. So I was working in the background on my mom's YouTube, so they were paying me. They were paying me way more than I deserved for what I was doing, even though, you know, I got her started on YouTube and got her into all this stuff. I gave her all the equipment. I gave her the computer, the cameras, and everything to get started and all that stuff. even though I did that, they were still paying me more than I deserved. So I went hard on YouTube. I went hard, and I started seeking opportunities, and I found Amazon. I was an affiliate where, sharing links, and I thought that was cool, $300 a month. That was awesome. And then I went full force hardcore. I spent, 15 grand of my own money up front to go hard. And now I probably have hundreds of thousands. Hold on. I at least have over $150,000 into my business. Yeah, that's something a lot of people probably don't know, and that's with money that I've earned and money that I've put into my brands, into YouTube, into Amazon, into my website, all that stuff. Up to now, I have over 150. It's probably closer to 250 with my website and everything that I've spent on products. And because what people don't understand is I'm spending thousands of dollars of money to buy products to hopefully help my future. That's and I've took risk, and I just went hardcore, and now I'm my own boss, and my parents can make a living doing what they're doing. I can make a living doing what I'm doing, and none of that would have happened if my father simply made the choice and said, no, we're gonna keep doing Windows. If you don't like it, go find another job. So without that, taking place, we wouldn't be where we are today. And I do believe that God has blessed me and my family due to things of the past that has happened to my dad, things that have happened to me. I think God was waiting for the opportunity. People did my dad wrong, so God was waiting. People did me wrong, and God was waiting, and God said, you know what? Open the floodgates, let's go. The blessings are coming now. You've been patient, you've been waiting, the blessings are coming. It's time to let the floodgates open. And that's where we are today. And, no matter what happens with this brand and business and everything that I do, I'm going to keep pushing as hard as I can. Because one thing about me, I was cleaning windows, and we're already at 17 minutes. I didn't have any patience. I wanted to work, and get the job done. Well, now, as my own boss, doing what I'm doing, I'm in control. I can work, and get the job done. If I wanted to work 3 hours a day and just make a minimum and just make a little bit of money live, I could do it. But I choose to work at least a minimum of 8 hours, but it's average about 13 hours a day. And that's not just 5 days a week or 4 days a week. I do that 7 days a week. 8 to up to 17 hours. I've worked 17 hours straight, and in the month, well, by the time this video comes out, it's going to be later, but there's going to be a month coming up where I'm going to be pushing 15 hours, 7 days per week minimum. That's minimum, because I'm going hard. I'm taking advantage of the blessings that God has given me, and so that is a big update, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Cars are a passion of mine. I'd love to get a Porsche 911 GT3. I would love to get a C8 Corvette, build a 3-car garage, tons of things. But right now, I'm focusing on my business, my brand, investing into that, into other ideas in other areas. Maybe have a rental someday, and we'll see where God takes us. But I want to thank the garage for being so patient and taking care of the Jeep, and also, most importantly, of my dad for the kind gesture that he did, but also all the other things in life that people know about and people don't know about.